Alright, so yesterday what I noticed was that there were a few things I wanted to remind you about. First of all, I have this one from Jada. Jada did a really nice job coloring hers nice and waxy, okay? This is her vase, right? And so I noticed a few people were absent. I'm going to help you get caught up. When you paint it, I do want the paint to go on nice and thick, but what I noticed is that some people were really like making, I'll show you. I had a few put on the drying rack yesterday that had big gobs of paint. I'm going to kind of tilt it to show you. See how like that's almost 3D, right? You don't want it to be 3D, okay? What will happen is, you know how we're going to go back and carve into this? If your paint is on too thick, when you try to carve, it'll just carve off one big old chunk at a time, and you won't be able to get any details. So you want to pretend kind of like it's peanut butter, and you're trying to get it on there, and you want it, all the streaks to mostly go in one direction. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so Jada can finish this one up in a second, but I'm going to tilt it up to show you. Do you see how now it's not so 3D anymore? See that? Okay, I know it's kind of hard to tell with the glare. Oh, look, now we can see without the glare. See that? Okay, now, I also had, Audra asked me, is this one okay? Because see how hers is dry, and see how you can see the streaks in it? Yeah, that's totally fine. This one's going to be perfect, okay? So, you have some options. If you painted yours real goopy yesterday, and you're like, I'd kind of like to do it over, you can. I also had a student who wrote his name on the back and it kind of showed up on the front. You can do another coat. That would be fine, okay? Once you're done painting them, okay, and that's going to be most people today. We're not doing any carving into our vases today. That will be tomorrow. What you're going to do is I'm going to have some white paper up here for you, okay? Let me zoom in so you can really see what I'm doing, all right? And what you're going to do is you're going to do a little sketch of whatever shape you used for your vases. I don't want it to be too little, okay? So nice size. In fact, I'll zoom in some more so you can see it better, okay? And I want you to start coming up with what designs your vase is going to have. And it should be pretty sophisticated, okay? Because all you're going to have to do is draw this. This is not going to have to be painted. So since you can draw it, I have people talking instead of listening. Thank you. This is just supposed to be a design. You know how they had kind of floral designs? This kind of reminded me of leaves maybe. Okay? And I'll have some examples on the screen of different Ming vases for you to look at. Now remember, they had types of flowers. Don't worry about what type of flower. I know that we said they were mostly lotus flowers and another type of flower called a peony. But you can draw any kind of flower for this, all right? So you want to come up with what your design is going to be. If you're going to have dragons or flowers, and you know what? I think you could have fish too, right? We know how to draw koi fish, so you could draw some koi fish too.
Can you draw a dragon?
Yeah, you can definitely draw a dragon. If you need the dragon sheets, I'll get them out, okay? So our steps today, number 1, are going to be to finish coloring. Number 2, it's going to be to paint, and we're going to call it PB style, like peanut butter style, okay? Number 3 is going to be to get a sheet of white paper. And number 4, who can raise their hand and tell me what number 4 is?
Practice.
Bailey, what's number 4? Yeah, you're going to practice making your designs, okay? And the reason why I want you to practice making your designs is when you carve into these later, are you going to be able to erase? No, you can't really erase the carving, okay? So we want to practice making our designs, okay? So I have the paint. I'll bring it around to your tables. You know where the brushes are, okay? I'm going to get the blue crayons out for you, and we're going to have all of class to work. I really shouldn't have that many people with nothing to do, okay? So 3, 2, 1, let's get started.